The economic strength of a country is determined by its gross domestic product. In other words, the amount of all income generated in the country from the sale of goods and services. Global trading has been a popular activity for centuries, allowing interaction between some of the most wealthy and powerful countries in the world. The top 20 economies in the world contribute to around 75% of the world's overall economy. This shows the immense power of these 20 countries and their influence on global economic decisions. Nevertheless, here are the top 20 largest economies in the world. 20. Switzerland. $807 billion. The Alpine nation of Switzerland has the 20th largest economy in the world. Switzerland has a large service sector, including financial services, and a high-tech manufacturing sector served by a highly skilled labor force. High-quality legal, political, and economic institutions and solid physical infrastructure set the stage for a productive economy with one of the highest per capita GDPs in the world. 19. Turkey. $905 billion. Turkey has the 19th largest economy in the world, and the country is one of the richest in Europe. Turkey has a largely open economy, with large industrial and service sectors. Major industries include electronics, petrochemicals, and automotive production. Political turmoil and involvement in regional armed conflicts have led to some financial and currency market instability and uncertainty about Turkey's economic future in recent years. 18. The Netherlands. $991 billion. The Netherlands stands as the 18th largest economy in the world. The country is a major commercial transportation hub, with some industrial manufacturing as well as petroleum extraction and processing. It has a highly developed agricultural sector and is the second largest agricultural exporter in the world. The Netherlands has a large financial services sector, engaged in asset pooling and supported by the Dutch Ministry of Finance. 17. Saudi Arabia. $1.1 trillion. Saudi Arabia is one of the wealthiest and most influential countries in the Middle East, and it has the 17th largest economy in the world. The Saudi economy is heavily based on oil and is even the world's largest oil exporter. The Saudi government owns and operates much of the country's major industry through its oil company, Aramco. However, with global environmental concerns driving increasing interest in developing non-fossil fuel energy sources, the Saudis are looking to diversify their economy by encouraging more private investment in healthcare and other service industries. The Saudi government has also begun to at least partially privatize Aramco, listing the company on the Saudi Stock Exchange through an initial public offering in 2019. 16. Indonesia. $1.32 trillion. Indonesia's economy is the largest economy in Southeast Asia and is based largely on commodity export industries. Major exports include coal and petroleum products, in addition to agricultural commodities suitable for industrial use, such as rubber and palm oil. Indonesia's budget deficit for 2023 is targeted at 2.81% to 2.95% of GDP. However, regional inequality, lack of infrastructure, and governmental corruption remain problems for Indonesia's rising economy. 15. Spain. $1.4 trillion. Spain's GDP of $1.4 trillion makes it the 15th largest economy in the world. Spain's economy suffered severely during the Great Recession, with unemployment soaring above 25% and a rising national debt despite attempts at fiscal austerity. It has recovered since then as moderating inflation and labor costs have encouraged foreign investment and increased the competitiveness of Spain's exports, including manufactured machinery and foodstuffs. However, political instability has hindered the government's ability to sustain further economic reforms. 14. Mexico. $1.41 trillion. Over the past 3 decades, Mexico has emerged as a manufacturing economy under a series of free trade agreements with the United States, Canada, and other 50 other countries. Many major U.S. manufacturers have integrated supply chains with counterparts or operations in Mexico. Mexico supports a variety of exports, including consumer electronics, vehicles, and auto parts, as well as petroleum and agricultural products. The international drug trade constitutes an ongoing challenge to Mexico's development, contributing directly to violence and corruption in the country. Weak legal institutions have made it difficult to regulate and integrate the large informal economy that employs more than half of Mexico's workforce. 13. South Korea, $1.67 trillion. South Korea's economy is a 20th-century success story that is today firmly established as an advanced, industrial economy. Known for its strategy of export-led growth and the dominance of its large business conglomerates, South Korea in recent decades has built a network of free trade agreements covering 58 countries that account for more than three-quarters of the world's GDP. It is a major producer and exporter of electronics, telecommunications equipment, and motor vehicles. With this progress, however, South Korea also now faces some of the same challenges that many other advanced economies are dealing with, including slower growth and aging workforce. 12. Australia, $1.68 trillion. Australia combines a relatively open domestic economy with an extensive network of free trade agreements with trading partners all around the Asia-Pacific Rim. This works to the advantage of Australia's abundant natural resources and agricultural export industries. However, it has also left Australia vulnerable to swings in world commodity demand and prices in energy, metals like gold and iron ore, and agricultural products like beef and sheep products. 11. Brazil, $1.92 trillion. Brazil has the 11th largest economy in the world and the largest in South America. Brazil's diversified economy runs the gamut from heavy industries, such as aircraft and automotive production, to mineral and energy resource extraction. It also has a large agricultural sector that makes it a major exporter of coffee and soybeans. Brazil emerged from a severe recession in 2017, and suffered a series of high-level corruption scandals along the way. In the wake of these events, Brazil instituted a series of major economic reforms intended to rein in public spending and debt, invest in energy infrastructure, lower barriers to foreign investment, and improve labor market conditions. 10. Italy, $2.01 trillion. Italy has the 10th largest economy in the world by nominal GDP, and the 12th largest by purchasing power parity. The country also has the third largest economy in the European Union. Italy is a founding member of the European Union, the Eurozone, the OECD, the G7, and the G20. It is the world's 10th largest exporter, with $632 billion worth of goods exported last year. The country has close trade relations with other European Union countries. Italy owns the world's third largest gold reserves, and is the third largest net contributor to the budget of the European Union. Furthermore, the advanced country's personal wealth is the largest in the world. 9. Russia, $2.13 trillion. Russia's economy is set to grow to be the 9th largest economy in the world by 2023. The country has gradually transformed from a planned economy to a mixed market-oriented economy. Russia has vast natural resources, especially oil and natural gas. Russia's foreign exchange reserves are the 5th largest in the world. The country also has a labor force of about 70 million people, the 6th largest in the world. Russia is widely described as an energy superpower, because it has the largest natural gas reserves in the world, the 2nd largest coal reserves, the 8th largest oil reserves and the largest oil shale reserves in Europe. It is the world's leading natural gas producer, and the 2nd largest oil exporter and producer. Russia is also the world's largest exporter of arms and military weapons. All these assets contribute significantly to the growth of the Russian economy. In 2022, Russia launched an invasion against its neighbor, Ukraine. As a result of its actions, the country was hit by many sanctions and other economic punishments, which greatly hurt its economy in 2023, as seen by a contraction of GDP as opposed to growth, the only country on this list to have experienced that. 8. Canada, $2.2 trillion. The Canadian economy is a highly developed mixed economy. It has the 8th largest economy in the world by nominal GDP, and the 15th largest by PPP. Like other developed nations, the country's economy is dominated by the service industry, which employs about 3/4 of Canada's people. Canada has the 3rd largest petroleum reserves in the world and is the 4th largest exporter of petroleum. It is also the 4th largest exporter of natural gas. Canada is considered an energy superpower due to its abundant natural resources, and a small population of about 37 million inhabitants. which is quite small relative to its massive land area. In addition, the Toronto Stock Exchange is the 8th largest stock exchange in the world by market capitalization. It lists more than 1,500 companies, with a market capitalization of over $3 trillion. 7. France. $2.7 trillion. France has an economy that is highly developed and free market-oriented. It ranks 7th among the top 10 largest economies in the world by nominal GDP, and the 9th largest by PPP. The country also has the 3rd largest economy in Europe after Germany and the UK. France has a diversified economy, which is dominated by the service sector. The industrial sector accounts for 19.5% of the GDP, and the rest of the primary sector is 1.7%. France is a mixed economy that has many private and semi-private businesses across a diverse range of industries. However, there is still heavy government involvement in certain key sectors, such as defense and electrical power generation. 6. United Kingdom. $3.19 trillion. The United Kingdom's economy is a highly developed social market and market-oriented economy. The country has the 6th largest economy by nominal GDP, and the 9th largest by purchasing power parity. The economy of the UK has the 21st largest per capita GDP, constituting 3.3% of the world's GDP. The UK economy is driven by its large service sector, particularly in finance, insurance, and business services. Moreover, the UK is one of the most global economies. The UK is also the world's 5th largest exporter and the 5th largest importer. In fact, the UK's trade with 27 EU member states accounted for 49% of the country's exports and 52% of its imports. 5. India. $3.46 trillion. India has a middle-income developing market economy. It ranks 5th among the top 10 largest economies in the world by nominal GDP, and the 3rd largest by PPP. Since the beginning of the 21st century, annual average GDP growth has increased from 6% to 7% from 2014 to 2018. India was the fastest-growing major economy in the world, overtaking China. Historically, India was the largest economy in the world from the 21st century to the 19th century. Liberalization of India's economy since the 1990s has boosted economic growth, but inflexible business regulation, widespread corruption, and persistent poverty pose challenges to ongoing expansion. 4. Germany. $4 trillion. Germany's economy is a highly developed social market economy. It has the largest national economy in Europe. It is the 4th largest economy in the world by nominal GDP, and the 5th largest by purchasing power parity. According to the International Monetary Fund, Germany alone accounted for almost 28% of the European economy. Germany is a founding member of the European Union and the Eurozone. The country is also one of the largest exporters globally, with goods and services worth $1.8 trillion exported last year. Germany is a top exporter of vehicles, machinery, chemicals, and other manufactured goods and has a highly skilled workforce. Germany, however, faces some demographic challenges to its economic growth. Its low fertility rate makes replacing its aging workforce more difficult, and its high levels of net immigration strain its social welfare system. 3. Japan. $4.3 trillion. Japan's economy is a highly developed free market economy. It has the world's 3rd largest economy by nominal GDP, and 4th largest by purchasing power parity. The economy of Japan is the world's 2nd largest developed economy. Moreover, Japan is the world's 3rd largest automobile manufacturing country. It also ranks 1st in the world in the Economic Complexity Index. And it's also the world's 3rd largest consumer market. Japan is a member of the G7 and G20. According to the International Monetary Fund, the country's per capita income is $34,358. However, the country is currently facing a demographic problem resulting from an aging workforce. 2. China. $18.2 trillion. The economy of the People's Republic of China is a market-oriented economy. The country incorporates economic planning through industrial policies and strategic 5-year plans. It is the 2nd largest economy in the world by nominal GDP, and the largest by purchasing power parity. An official forecast states that China will become the world's largest economy by 2030 by nominal GDP. Historically, China was one of the world's largest economic powers for 1 to 2 millennia until the 19th century. As China has progressively opened its economy over the past 4 decades, economic development and living standards have greatly improved. As the government has gradually phased out collectivized agriculture and industry, allowed greater flexibility for market prices, and increased the autonomy of businesses, foreign and domestic trade and investment have taken off. United States, $25.4 trillion. The United States economy is a highly developed mixed economy. It is the largest economy in the world by nominal GDP, and the second largest by purchasing power parity. The U.S. also has the world's 5th highest per capita gross domestic product. The USA has the most technically powerful economy in the world, and its companies are technically at the forefront or close. The country has advanced in artificial intelligence, computers, pharmaceuticals, aerospace, and military equipment. The US dollar is the most commonly used currency in international transactions and is the world's largest reserve currency. The largest US trading partners are China, Canada, Mexico, India, Japan, Germany, South Korea, United Kingdom, France, and Taiwan. America is also the world's largest importer and the second largest exporter. The United States has a relatively open economy, facilitating flexible business investment and foreign direct investment in the country. It is the world's dominant geopolitical power and is able to maintain a large external national debt as the producer of the world's primary reserve currency. So, there you have it, viewers. The top 10 largest economies in the world in 2023. Make sure to press the like button, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so you don't miss any of our future uploads. Thanks for watching this one. Catch you all in the next.